No, I'll call right back. All right, bye. Guys, here's the thing I want to ask. I talked to Zeus now, and Zeus, like I said, I just talked to him. Here's where we're at. Here's where we're at. Where is Megan right now in her thought process? Where I'm at this exact second right now on a simple thing I've got to do. I've got to return these. Okay, these two things. They are not allowed by rules to be here, there, but in the room over there, down the hallway, and they go back there, which I'm going to take back, okay? Everything else is free game. Now, what this is saying to me is that it's going to go two ways for her, not three. She's thinking right now, she may have something, or she may be destroying it. She's at a point where, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It's either so overwhelming, this is why she's scared to call, or it's the stupidest thing she'll ever imagine. It is, like me, taking these over there. But if you're following me, I would tell you color means something. You gotta be careful. Now, is that yellow? And the big question is, and my dad's dad. My dad died in World War II, okay? He had his first, he died. They brought him back, and he told me that grapefruit saved his life. So yellow and orange is very important to me. There's a song by Led Zeppelin called Tangerine. I love that song to this day. I love it. There's a little riff in there. I'm talking about the music, not the lyrics. So yellow always means caution, be careful, slow down. It also means diseases, and it also means it has some but the ones that I use. And this one is orange, kind of. So in other words, this is a gray area right here. It has a cross in it. So we're looking actually, because I can ask you right now, I find out, but I show how I'm working my codes out. What I'm trying to teach Megan before she actually makes the phone call, which was, I thought I was talking to her on Twitter a couple years ago. Just like I talked to Joe Rabbit. It turns out they weren't going through. Okay, so we pretended last year that she didn't hear, but she did. But she said she didn't. Then she did October, her birthday, and she didn't. And then January she did. But let me tell you something. Now she does know. And let's just say I'm finally talking to her for the first time, or she's seeing videos for the first time 40 hours ago. She has no idea the hell she's about to walk through. So she needs to dial me herself. And I do not need to get Dan. And when I say Dan now, okay, we'll leave it at that. You guys know what I mean. Dan C, U.S. Navy SEAL, to make a phone call for me. He will do it a courtesy. But this is where the countdown begins. Because she either has, I believe she changed her name, okay, which is an unbelievably nightmare. She put the letter Y in there. That's sacrifice. That's on my key. Okay, look at the word key. See? This is the symbol of the death of Jesus on the cross. Here's his head, here's his hands, feet, and arms cut. But the little one, that's okay. That's actually opposite. You can ask questions. The children that come back out. See, this right here is a little girl, and this right here is again. So, wow. See, you're like, I know that one. Key. Why? Oh yeah. So this like that. This is why. See, I can't. There you go. Because Zeus put it in the clouds for me purposely. He said, "I'm gonna do this one time," and I begged him. I begged him. He said, "I'm not taking her. She's past due. You got to move on." And again, I'm supposed to take these over there, right? So I get sidetracked. But I begged him. I used every code imaginable under the sun that would not affect him at all, because I need that. He had made up his mind. It was over. She had too much, and then Yahweh went to bat for her. The way I remember, guys, this could be all messed up right now. This is the best way I remember it. And then it was an argument again between the two of them, which is cataclysmic. When those two argue, it's the worst thing for the universe. We have him starting singing the starship, and we have Zeus here on ground. He's with the pagans. Guys, don't contact him. But he still has a chapter that says, he's all hid. He works at the Pentagon. My sister works at the Pentagon. So Is this all about Pentagon? Of course it is. Pentagon's watching, waiting to see what the hell's around next. I will be the very first president in history of our generations to be able to run the Pentagon and the military and the Pentagon and the country at the same time. Much like Jefferson Davis, my great grandfather. He had so much to teach me. He knew I was coming. I mean, I'm here. He worshipped Apollo, and the kids would kiss the statues goodnight every night, and and he was begging because we were headed here. See, in Santa Gomorrah, my family, with the first time really working with Yahweh Circle, asked us to move to two cities. Okay, and that's what we did actually that's what we actually did in World War II too. And it was over sexual morality, And I'm talking about stuff, stuff today, care to that. I talked to him about this directly. He said it has gotten to an area that he can't explain it. Back then, yes, they had sexual morality. But things today, and then it's all the same thing, but they just got even worse, and he couldn't do anything about it. Now, see, as I tell that story, what happens to me, you guys know this, I'm getting sidetracked, right? I'm going, oh, well, I'm not gonna go back and I'm not gonna regroup and start where I was at in the last conversation, because I keep saying the word kicks, which means kill, and a strike is a death, and there's two of them, and that's what I've been told by my dad. I have two dads, adopted and a regular dad. The word key. Yep.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, no problem. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing great. She's the owner of the coffee pot, I think. So there's the word key. Now, okay, you would never, ever use that. You use the O and the K. Whenever you're writing something down and you're working for me, it better be in black ink.